So I just recently got a comment asking me to teach y'all how to actually get open or to teach y'all how to ISO, and I've already taught y'all how to get open plenty of times, and if you guys are interested in those videos, the link will be in the description to my full dribble tutorial that'll really change the way you dribble and play 2K23. But make sure y'all do drop a like, sub, turn on post notifications. It's all very much appreciated. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to start ISOing, just how to ISO, how to win more games ISOing, and just little tips and tricks I can actually give y'all. So let's get straight into it. Now the first thing, which I think is the most obvious thing that everybody should know, is learning how to dribble. My dribble tutorial will be linked in the description, and it goes over a lot of different things. Like, it teaches y'all how to actually use the dribble moves to get open. On top of that, it teaches y'all all the standstill, all the movement moves. If y'all don't know what those are, that's basically everything you need to know when it comes to dribbling. So that video covers a lot, so make sure you check that out. That'll change the way you dribble for sure. Dribbling is not the whole part of ISOing. It's literally just a tiny part. So learn how to dribble. You don't really have to dribble to ISO. As long as you know how to dribble to score, then you can ISO. But if you're somebody whose game plan, like you literally go on the court with the game plan of, hey, set me a screen, I'm running behind it, fading, or I'm gonna hit the slip. If you have those play styles where you involve your center a lot like that, then ISOing might not be for you. But learn some dribble moves, because the more dribble moves you know, the more that you could do ISOing. Now this, it's a 50-50 thing. You want to have a build for ISOing. Now if you could really ISO with any build, I'm gonna be honest with you, but there's people who make builds for play styles and maybe have like a 50 drive and dunk. They don't have much of a dunk, they don't have a high ball handle. You guys get what I'm saying. When you're making an ISO build, there's two things you want to think about. One, what are you playing? Are you playing the ones court, twos court, threes court, pro am, or rec? What are you playing? And the second thing is, you're going to want to give it a driving dunk. Your build is going to want to be able to drive and shoot very good. Those are two things that's very important to having an ISO build, because if you could rim run just as good as you could shoot, then it is going to be very difficult to guard you, especially on this game. So that's one thing. And back to the first thing that I was telling y'all about, twos, threes. If you're making a build for, let's say, twos, ones, maybe occasional threes, yada yada, you're gonna want to make a taller guard, 6'5" to 6'10", because on the twos court you're gonna benefit so much more from having a bigger guard that could play better defense. Because when you're playing twos and you're playing ones, defense is a priority, and if you're big, you could get rebounds. So all you really got to do is just upgrade your steal, perimeter D, interior D block, and having a taller guard just makes it a lot easier to get stops on twos, ones, and honestly, I bring my 6'7" to threes a lot, and I don't have no problems with him. So for occasional threes, for comp twos, comp ones, everything like that, tall guard. Now small guard is if you're going with the threes, pro-am, fives route. If you're going the route to where you're going to be playing a lot of threes, a lot of stuff like that, then you're going to want to make probably a 6'3" and under, I would say. 6'1" is what I feel like is the sweet spot. I've always made a 6'1" guard every single year, and they've always crushed it. So I would say 6'1" if you want to make a small guard, and you don't really have to make any of these heights. Like I said, as long as you got to build with driving dunk and shooting, and you could dribble, you basically already got an ISO build. But I'm just letting y'all know what would be the best for what situation. Now I'm probably gonna fall out of line. There's no order on this. I'm literally just gonna start talking about a bunch of stuff that could help y'all when it comes to ISOing. One, having a good popper. Having a good popper will make your life so much easier, and you do have to have a center that can shoot in order to ISO. Two, what am I talking about? We're at like number 4 now, but you're going to want to have that popper sit corner. Obviously, if you don't know what ISO is, it's basically your big man that can shoot is going to sit in the corner. you're going to dribble the ball and you're going to make something of the play. And you have to be good to do that. One thing I'm going to tell y'all, ISO requires a lot more IQ than people think it does. You might be coming up the court dribbling and going crazy trying to get a bucket, but the thing is, when it comes to comp people, you have to have very good IQ on the passes. You have to have very good IQ on the takes, the rim runs. You have to learn the animations. You have to look at where somebody's playing. Okay, he's playing baseline. I'm taking it up the middle with my dunk. You got to know when you'll get a limitless takeoff, when you won't. Limitless takeoff and quick drops itself are one of the most important things to have as an ISOer because they're one of the most unblockable dunks in the game. It's so easy to dunk on people and just so easy to finish using that. And really, you're going to want to just learn the passes. You know what I'm saying? They're either going to play you one of two ways when you're ISOing. They're going to switch on the rim run or they're not going to switch on the rim run. And if they're not switching on the rim run and that dude is playing your popper tight in the corner, it is your job to, one, cook the dude who's guarding you. It's your responsibility to not get boxed, first of all, because if you're getting boxed, the whole entire thing is crumbled. He's going to stay up on that glass cleaner. Your whole entire thing is crumbled. So do not get boxed. Learn all the dribble moves like I told y'all. And once you learn how to do the dribbling and you learn how to actually dribble the score like I've taught y'all in my videos, and you learn that master 3 hunt, then you can master the rim run, master the angles and what gives you what animation. And once you master that, you'll be good. You shouldn't really be getting boxed like that. So if they're playing you tight to where the dude's just sitting on the glass cleaner and you're just isoing the dude, there's 2 things you got to look at. 1, you got to cook the dude guarding you, and 2, you got to actually look and wait for that one time he does come up off your glass cleaner, or the 2 or the 3 times, because even though he might be playing tight, it is your responsibility to see the second he comes off of him and starts sagging, you got to throw it. So it's all about IQ and learning when to pass. Bailouts or another thing, man. You could bail out. Make sure you got bailout on, because I've gotten so many beautiful bailouts that just turned out to be, you know what I'm saying, beautiful clips. So bailouts, passing, you just really got to master that art of passing and knowing. I'm going to pop a clip up or take a little detour to a clip right now. In this clip, I called exactly when this dude would come up off my glass cleaner and threw it immediately. Y'all watch this dot. I'm looking for that dude in the blue to come up off of my glass cleaner, and I'm dotting that shit right away. Look at that, y'all. That's the most beautiful dot I've ever thrown in my life, and thank you, he greened that. That song stuck in my head. That is stuff that you have to look at. So you really just got to learn the master of passing. I can't really teach you IQ, but I can tell you, you know what I'm saying, you have to watch and you have to know the icons if you're playing 3s, if you're playing 2s. You just got to know when to pass when it comes to isoing. If you learn when to pass, then all you got to do is cook. And once you cooking up, if nobody can really guard you like that, then all you got to do is hit the passes at the perfect times and do your thing and cook, and everything is going to be easy. And if you're playing against a really comp team, like a really comp team, like I'm talking about really comp, I've never faced nobody where I needed to do this with. I'm telling you that right now. The only time I've ever done this is in, $1,000 wager in the past. I've never done this against people in stage or park or anything. But practice play calling with your popper, man. Even though you're isoing, one thing I've noticed is it really hurts people this year when you start switching up and running like variety offense. Like sometimes I'll tell my mans, come up out the corner this play. I know we're isoing, but come up out the corner, set me a screen. I'm going to run around and I'm going to just dunk it. If the dunk's not there, it's a pass out to you on the pop at the wing. We'll make little plays like that, and they'll just turn out to be crazy things, like fake a back door and go back to the corner. Boom. There's like so many things. Just practice play calling with your popper and get that chemistry down, because chemistry is the most important thing about isoing. If both of you guys are on the same page, then it's going to be very easy to win, very easy to get stops. So I don't really know what else there is to talk about when it comes to isoing. Honestly, learn how to dribble. That is the first thing. If you know how to really dribble and you watch my videos on how to get open and stuff like that with your dribble moves, then you'll master the 3 hunting. Once you master the 3 hunting, just master the rim running like I told y'all, learn the animations. It just takes IQ, man. It's not much that I could really teach y'all, but I can tell y'all the things that, the tips, like I told y'all, all I can really give y'all is tips. And I'm going to pop my dribble moves up on the screen if you want my dribble moves. That's really it when it comes to ISO tips. Just make sure you're playing with IQ. That's the most important thing of it all. And you should be straight, man. The way this game is, if they're not stealing the ball from you, you should be able to do something with it. The only time I ever really lose is if I'm losing to somebody who really knows how to get a steal. Now that's the other thing. I have an ISO lockdown build, so I've learned the steal animations as well as the finishing, playmaking, shooting, all that. I've learned the steal animations, and me myself, since I go for a lot of steals, I know exactly when people are vulnerable, and that kind of helps me prevent myself from being vulnerable too. So that's another thing I could say, is you don't have to make a lockdown build or do anything like that, but pay attention to the times you get ripped or the times people you play get ripped, because I'm gonna give y'all an example right now. Anytime somebody gets the rebound on the 2s or the 1s court and there's that red line around the 3, they got to take it back, they're vulnerable for a steal when they're running back out to that 3. So when they haven't took it back yet, all you got to do is run up on the side the ball's in and just poke it loose, and it always comes loose every single time you get in a rip. And since I learned that, I stopped doing that at all. I started being more IQ with the way I take it back out to the 3. And that's something that'll really help you become a good guard too, because I've learned if you reach at this time, you'll get this steal. If you reach here, I've learned the pattern 2K gives the steals. So it's helped me as a guard too, because now I know what to do when I play a good lock and what to avoid. So that's really all I could give y'all as tips, man. I hope this helped y'all out. It probably didn't, honestly. This is probably stuff that y'all have already known, but y'all asked for this video, and I'm gonna bring y'all whatever y'all ask for. So I hope this helped. Make sure y'all drop that like, sub, turn on noties. It's all very much appreciated, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.